Hello everyone, this is Mr. Pope here, and today is going to be a little bit of an impromptu video, and it's going to be a little bit more rambly, so I apologize to all of you about that. But I just finished reading the book, Destiny of the Republic, A Tale of Madness, Medicine, and the Murder of a President by Candace Miller, and I just want to say this book is absolutely amazing. For those of you who don't know, it is a book about the assassination of James Garfield, but not just that, it's about his miraculous and amazing rise out of poverty into Congress and to the office of president. And my God, does it paint a picture of this man. James Garfield, for those of you who don't know, was the 20th president, serving in 1881, and actually he makes a little bit of appearance in my President's Day special as a little bit of a build-up to that for y'all, but he was a member of Congress for many years, a general in the Civil War. He was probably the most intelligent man to ever hold the office of president, and he is amazing. Now, I bring that up because in this book, the author, Candace Miller, does an amazing job of talking about this man and who he was and why he was so amazing. She describes, just how genuinely good of a man he was, how nice he was. He was very loving towards his family despite many flaws that he had early on in his marriage that he later admits. He, in Congress, was very good. He was amazing on the issues of civil rights and things like that, and she does just an amazing picture of setting him up and showing his rise and his eventual surprise nomination to the presidency that he did not want and protested against, and he was almost saddened by and distraught pretty much. I mean, he was a man who really didn't want power, but it just kind of got handed to him. He didn't want to ask for votes for people, and he ends up just barely winning the election and going into office, and then having to do this big fight with the senator from New York, Roscoe Conkling, and his lieutenant Chester Arthur, who was the vice president. And Garfield ends up winning that fight and losing the biggest obstacle to his administration, and he can kind of get started on the work of his presidency, and then he gets shot by Charles J. Couture, a deranged office seeker who suffered from mental illness and was genuinely crazy. Now, the book also does an amazing job of showing us just how crazy Couture was. He had joined a commune when he was younger, called the Oneida, which were a religious community in upstate New York. He was constantly on the run, not paying his bills, a debtor. He was a lawyer for a little while, not a very good one. It goes over a case where he tries to murder his sister with an axe. Yeah. And he is just a genuinely crazy man, and it goes over how he genuinely thought that God told him to murder the president, and that if he murdered the president, then all the American people would be on his side, and that they would love him and respect him, and that he would then be rewarded with what he wanted. And there was one point in particular I want to bring up for you guys about Couture, that while he is in his jail cell, he has this idea come to mind, and please forgive me while I find it. It is such an amazing thing that I can't begin to understand you. So while Couture is in jail, he's visiting with reporters and talking with them. He's trying to find a wife and all sorts of things. He thinks that these reporters are gonna love him and they're fascinated with him. And I mean, people were fascinated with him, but they mainly wanted to hang him. And there were so many people who wanted him dead immediately, I am back, forgive me, I had to cut the audio real quick while I tried to find the passage I was looking for out of the book. So while Couture is in jail and he's meeting with these reporters, he decides to do something amazing. I will just read this brief passage from the book for you all. Guiteau also used his autobiography to announce his candidacy for president, a decision he believed the American people would not only welcome, but actively encourage. For 20 years I've had an idea that I should be president, he wrote. My idea is that I shall be nominated and elected as Lincoln and Garfield were, that is, by the act of God. My object would be to unify the entire American people and make them happy, prosperous, and God-fearing. And Guiteau genuinely believed that people would elect him president, that if he wrote to Arthur, Arthur was going to pardon him and let him out of jail. In fact, on the day he had tried to assassinate Garfield, he had 2 letters in his pocket, one addressed to the White House and one addressed to William Tecumseh Sherman, who was the commanding general of the U.S. Army at the time. And the letter to Sherman said that, oh, by the way, Sherman, you should send troops to release me from the jail so I could be safe. And, I mean, this man was crazy. And if I haven't proven that to you already, I don't know what will. But like I said, this is an amazing book, and I think everyone who likes history should read it because it does an amazing job of just painting a picture of who these men are, telling his life story and the tragedy of it, and it's an amazing book, and please read it. Thank you all for listening to this rambling video of mine. Like and subscribe. Thank you.